Alright guys, we're here with break number 684, full case of Topps Sterling. We have 3 participants in this draft, and I'm going to wait for be able to tag them all. So we're going to get the YouTube video here for anybody that wants to watch it, whether it's them or somebody else. And the Facebook video should pop in a second. Tag Tom, Boomer, and John. We'll get rolling here. Boomer and Tom. Alright, tagged you 3. We have the order that you guys selected. And then we're going to have at least a dice roll of 7 or higher to get this draft order. 13. Good luck to you 3. Obviously, the draft order is pretty important in this, so hopefully spread a little bit even, but we'll see what happens. And into the final round, we have Boomer, John, Boomer, Tom, Tom, and John. I'm just going to say, go right here. And I'm just actually going to... limited period there. Going to normally don't center these, but I think I'm going to center them up because maybe not this row. That looks goofy. There we go. Alright, we're going to take this, put it in the break itself, and then I will get over there and we'll start running the break. 1 second, boys. I'll load the draft order list in there. Just so everybody knows, Tom told me to kind of just pick for him based on where he's at. So, if Boomer and John are in here, we should be good to go to get everybody's cards selected by the end of it. There we go. Updated that list. Let's go over here. Bring up the chat. Hopefully you guys are having a good evening. If any of you guys are curious or anybody that's in the chat wants to help with value of cards, because I'm sure that some of these cards are going to be very, very close in value, especially when you get in the middle. I'm assuming there's going to be one absolute banger, and then the other ones are going to be not bad cards. I was going to say they're just going to be different. Let's see. Case open. If any of you guys want one of the boxes, let me know. I was going to say, obviously, there's 4 boxes, so each of you can have one. I don't need to keep all 4 boxes. I mean, I don't even really need to keep any of the boxes, to be honest, if somebody wants 2 of them. I say I do have another case of Topps Sterling that I will use for mixers, so if you aren't maybe able financially get in the hit drafts and you want to get in... some mixers that'll have it, by all means, it'll be a possibility. Good luck to everybody. Like I said, we're going to open all of the boxes, and then it'll start with Boomer gets to pick what card he wants, and we'll go from there. Hopefully we get something nasty. I was going to say, in general, hopefully we get 8 very good cards. This one says Silver Slugger Awards winner, so we'll see what that is. I'm also just going to put the cards back into the original packaging, just so you guys know when I'll ship it out in their boxes. Like these actual boxes, I'm not going to put them in top loaders unless you guys really want me to. Because I believe, if I'm not mistaken, these boxes are going to be padded, so there's really no point to take them out. Or to put them in a top loader when I think these look better, even better padded for shipping. Because as you can see, it's like wedged in between foam and stuff. If I can get it out. I don't absolutely just murder the box. There's also that possibility. So you might not get the Stats Leader box back because I don't think I can just slide these out. So all right. All right, let's see who's the Stats Leader card. Is going to be, the front's over here. It's going to be Will Clark. It's going to be a 21 out of 25, 1991, 116 RBIs on card. Will Clark with a piece of his bat from that season, I believe, is what is going to be in there. Says actually not used for any specific game, but the first card is going to be Will Clark. Put him to the side. Maybe I will top load these. I thought they might be a little bit thicker. I'm actually going to top load them. If there's any really thick one like a bat knob, I'm not going to top load it. But these are like these are easy 180s. Not even a 180, that's a 130. Start out with Will Clark Stat Leaders. Because I know the bat knob cards are probably like 360 point. Get the bottom open too. There we go. Second card is going to be, it's like a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 21 out of 25 when he hit 48 home runs in 2021. So a nice Vladdy. Kind of impartial to Will Clark. I know there's some people that are like big time Will Clark individuals. I was gonna say, because I know that for some people's childhood he was like the man, but so that's 2 out of 25. We should get something a little bit lower numbered here in the next couple boxes. Anybody's looking for anything else at the opposite end of baseball spectrum, there is a Heritage break that has 3 teams left that, if you're interested, I put up a deal to close the break for the 3 teams. So we got Cy Young winners and Rookie of the Year award winners, so that could be anybody. There's also a Bowman half case with some Sapphire. I think there's 6 teams left in that. I know there's some people that put up offers. I haven't had a chance to look at it, so. This is a Cy Young Awards winner. Hopefully it's like a Randy Johnson. Or a Nolan Ryan would be nice, too. If you're going pitchers. Greg Maddux. One of the guys that are, like, super collectible. Even Roger Clemens. He's a Cy Young winner. He's not a Hall of Famer, though. I don't know. Does Clemens sign for Topps? This one's a thicker boy. Somebody from the 90s. And it is going to be a 3 out of 5. Greg Maddux from 1993. Now that's a nice card. Let's see. This is, I'm pretty sure, thicker than 182, so I'm going to just put him right back into the container. Sick Greg Maddux. I'm not sure Pedro's in this or not. I'm going to set that just to the side so we can reference it. I'm not going to close the lid on it or anything yet. But that's it. I mean, that's a dope card. I was going to say 3 out of 5. Greg Maddux, one of the best dotters of the baseball ever. There's a guaranteed 101 in the case. That doesn't mean that it's going to be an autograph. It could be a bat knob. It could be the letter stuff. This is going to be a Rookie of the Year winner. So, luckily Kyle Lewis did not sign in this, so there should not be any Kyle Lewis in here. No, this is another good. This is a good one. Rookie of the Year winner. It'll be a 23 out of 25. Shohei Ohtani with 312 strikeouts. Sterling strikeouts autograph card. This is nothing. I guess he's a Rookie of the Year winner, but this is having to do with strikeouts. Nice Shohei right there. On the 23 out of 25. Look, if you're going to get 2 pitchers, I'll take Shohei Ohtani and Greg Maddux as the 2 guys. I personally, I'd like Randy Johnson, if I'm being honest. But Randy signed a lot more lately. The reason I like Randy Johnson is, A, like, that's one of, like, who I looked up to as a kid was a pitcher. I mean, I'm not left-handed, but I was always tall. But he doesn't sign as much as the other guys. I mean, you say that, but what if there's a 101 Trout or the Babe? I mean, we haven't got to the 101 yet. There could be a die cut or something in here. Because remember, there's a bunch of die cuts of guys that are no longer with us, too. So I don't know if Hank Aaron made it in here. I know Babe Ruth did. 2000 MLB All-Stars and 1980s MLB All-Stars. Pete Rose didn't sign in this, did he? I was going to say. I bet you this one's Mike Schmidt. We got any guesses on the 1980s Baseball All-Stars? I'm going with Mike Schmidt. Philadelphia Phillies out of 5. Mike Schmidt. Oh, was it 101 Babe Ruth pulled? Get a New York Yankee. It's going to be a 3 out of 5 Don Mattingly for the New York Yankees, and this is another thick old boy, and put him back in the casing over there with Greggy. 115 RBIs in 1987. Man, if his back could have held up, 100% would have been Surefire Hall of Famer. I personally think he should still be in the Hall of Fame, but he's not. So, but that is a sick. I mean, look, Mattingly might not be a Hall of Famer, but he is a highly sought after Yankee. So that's a nice card, regardless. The Don sells. 2000s All-Star. I can't even think of who was an All-Star in the 2000s. Like a Jeff Bagwell, Craig Biggio. Or is that's still the 90s? It's a Barry Bonds, boys. Albert Pujols. This is going to be David Ortiz for a 10. For the Boston Red Sox, Big Papi. Hall of Famer. 127 RBIs. Juan Gonzalez. I don't think Wanga he'll actually fit in a top loader. There's a nice Big Papi right there. Because I actually think the thinner cards don't rattle around, but I think there's some room for some movement from what it looked like in the case. The thick cards, there's definitely no room, but it looks like the styrofoam is the same size. Ha! Bowman treated Rob so badly he has Ortiz money left over. I was gonna say. I'm sorry that I couldn't pull you anything good. I mean, honestly, Rob, I haven't pulled anything good for the Red Sox, period. I've only pulled a base Roman Anthony. Let's see. So we have a 2020s All-Star and a Hall of Famer. The 2020s All-Star has to be Mike Trout, right? Has to be Acuna or Trout. Hall of Famer could be anybody. Could be absolutely anybody. It's thin, too. It's a Robin Roberts die cut. 101. The Philadelphia Phillies. I don't know what he signed. It looked like he signed with a ink and a quill. There's a 75 pointer. That is thin. So that's going to be the 101. Game used toilet paper. I don't think the Robin Roberts will be the 8th pick, I was going to say. Oh, the 2020 MLB All-Star could be a rookie. It could be, Adley wasn't an All-Star last year. Is anybody that has a rookie card that was an All-Star last year? If not, no rookie, I was going to say. I'm thinking this is Acuna, though, to be honest. It is going to be an 8 out of 25 Byron Buxton. 2017. Let's say who could be an all-time great player if he could stay healthy. Harris wasn't an all-star last year, though, either, was he? Let's see. This is going to fit in a 130. I think this might be a 180. I don't know. Yeah, I was going to say that's an oof. I was going to say, I'm not going to even say that's not an oof. I was going to say, I thought Harris came up too late. All right, so we'll go over the 8 cards real quick again. I think there's going to be a few tough choices. The reason it's a tough choice is because I know that Boomer is a Braves fan. So it's really, does he want to go with what I would say is the most valuable card, or does he want to go with something where he might enjoy it more because I know he's a Braves fan. Put all these paddings to the side here. So, I was going to say, obviously we got the Byron Buxton 8 out of 25. We have Robin Roberts 101 on the die cut. We have Don Mattingly 3 out of 5, 1987, 115 RBIs. Greg Maddux 3 of 5. And that was the Sterling season 1993, which is, I believe, when he won the Cy Young. You got Will Clark when he led the league in RBIs in 1991, 21 out of 25. Big Poppy David Ortiz, 2016, 127 RBIs, 4 out of 10. We have Vladdy Jr., 21 out of 25 when he led the league in home runs, 48 in 2021. And then Shohei Ohtani with his 312 strikeouts, 23 out of 25. I was going to say, in my honest opinion, in the chat can kind of comment on it, I think that the Ohtani's probably, out of all the cards, is probably worth the most. I would say it's probably Maddux afterwards. Ortiz and Guerrero are about the same. Then Don Mattingly. And then I would say that Byron Buxton, Will Clark, and Robin Roberts are probably toss-ups. In my opinion, I was going to say, I think there's probably Robin Roberts like vintage collectors out there, but I don't know if I don't know how much his value holds over like Buxton and Will Clark. Now, Will Clark does have like a cult following, not as bad as Canseco, but his cards still don't sell for a ton. Now, I do think that David Ortiz, if you look at some of the recent comps, probably sells more than Guerrero does. But I think Guerrero has more long-term upside because if he has like a nasty MVP year, like he still plays. Ortiz's price is what Ortiz's price is. So it's really up to you, Boomer. I'm assuming you're in here. I'm hoping you're in here, I was going to say. So it's really, in my opinion, do you want to go with Ohtani or do you want, because I know you're a Braves fan, or do you want to go with the Greg Maddux? I was going to say at the third pick, I can promise you whether John's in here or not. I was going to say, I can do, well, I have another case, so I can do another case of it if there's enough interest. If not, I'll run it in mixers. Only because I can't ask 3 guys in this one, for example, when it came to Boomer, John, and Tom, I don't expect them, the 3 of them, to fill the case by themselves this time. So if we don't, like, I'll post it. If it doesn't fill within like 24 hours, I'll probably take it down and I'll just tell everybody to pay when there's 8 spots claimed and see how it goes. Because even for this, if I throw 1 box in a mixer, it's still going to add 1,000 and some change. It's going to add $1,000 to the break. So it's going to be an expensive mixer in general, which sometimes turns people off because right now there's no like high-end. There's nothing to match it with because I don't have like a bunch of Dynasty or Triple Threads or anything, if that makes sense. But I do have a second case. Is Boomer, are you in here? Oh, Boomer isn't in. Boomer didn't make it into the. Boomer didn't make it into the thing. It says he's in here, but he's not in here. We might have to handle this outside of the thing and give you guys an update. Because I don't even know if Cullison's in here. Because Cullison goes to bed super early. I know Tom told me to pick for him. So that's why I did an assessment with the chat to that we can kind of agree on what value is. George, are you in the you're in the chat, right? Which I'm actually gonna post another thing about the chat because I think there's a lot of people that aren't getting notifications on Facebook in general. I know some people get them like hours later. Okay, so John is here. I'll just say I'm gonna say let me see if I can get Boomer into YouTube so he can at least look at these. If not, John, we might have to handle them in a chat offline, and I'll just give you guys an update of where the cards all went. Let's see, because let me see. YouTube. I'm gonna take a picture here and send it to. Oh, that is the blurriest picture I've ever seen. Alright, I think we're just going to do this in the chat, boys. I'm going to put John, Tom, and Boomer in the chat. Send the pictures through. I appreciate everybody watching. I'll post another one of these tomorrow. Like I said, if it fills within 24 hours, we'll run it. If it doesn't, I'll take it down, run it as mixers. So anybody that is interested, now that you've seen the case of Sterling, kind of what can be in there. I'm assuming this is like a mid-tier case. I'm assuming there's better cases. I'm assuming there could be worse cases. The other three hits, Jeff, were there's Greg Maddux, 3 of 5. Don Mattingly, 3 of 5. And then the 101, Robin Roberts. And 8 out of 25 Byron Buxton. And what I will say is we didn't get any bat knobs and we didn't get any of the jersey memorabilia, which I think makes the case like mid-tier to higher tier for the case, because we got 8 autographs. Because my fear was like 2 bat knobs and a random letter jersey of Wilson Contreras or something. Like, that would be not as good as what I think this was. But like I said, we will handle it. We'll handle it offline in the group with the 3 guys, and I'll let you know where each of the cards went. I'll add it to the break post itself. I appreciate you guys watching. Heritage has 3 teams left. Bowman, I think, has 6 teams left. If either of those fill tonight before, we'll say 11 o'clock. So you guys got an hour and 15 minutes to fill them. I'll break them. Pretty much I'm going to run the Pokemon here in a second. And then I'll run those after the Pokemon if they fill, as long as everybody is paid up. But for this, I appreciate everyone watching. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. You guys have a good night and be safe. John, I apologize for you staying up through this and Boomer and Tom not being able to make it. Boomer's having internet troubles, and I think Tom was doing something for work. So I'm going to add you 3 to the chat. I'm going to take pictures of each card individually, kind of in the order what I think they are. value wise, and put them you guys all in a group together. I appreciate you guys. Have a good night. I'll see you in a little bit if you want to watch the Pokemon break. If not, I'll see you guys a little bit later. Hopefully for Heritage. The Heritage should fill. The Bowman might be a little iffy.